Welcome to art, everybody. This video is going to go over all our little expectations for art and the routines of this room. First thing you're going to do is you're going to walk over and you're going to come to the carpet when you come to art. We're getting a brand new carpet, so you're going to have a spot that you're going to sit right when you come in. Next, what we're going to do is you're going to find your name at a table. So there will be 4 to 5 people per table. You're going to find your name and you're going to sit in the seat that is right next to that name. Next thing we're going over is the art rules. So we have the rules that spell the word art. So A stands for aim for your best and to do what is right. R stands for respect. You need to respect yourself, your friends, your teacher, and the art room. And T stands for trust. Trust in your ability to learn while you're here in art. We can all follow those rules and have a fantastic year in art. Next, we're going to talk about the art jobs. So while you're in art, everybody has a job. That makes everything go nice and smooth. The first job is the picker-upper. That person's in charge of picking up all the supplies from the art supply store. You'll see your buckets at the art supply store, and you want to pick that up and bring it to your table if you're the picker-upper. The next job is the cleaner-upper. So the cleaner-upper, if your name's in red, that's you. And your job is going to be picking up those supplies and bringing them back to the art supply store. So back to the table by the window. The inspectors, they're going to make sure that your boxes are all organized by the time you bring them back. This box is not organized. You can see the markers are in the wrong spots. Everything's kind of jumbled. So what they need to do, and you can work together to do this, but you want to get those markers, put them back where they're supposed to be, and then you have the crayons on the other side. It's a lot easier to see what colors you have and if the caps are on them, if they're separated like that. You might find random stuff like colored pencils or just regular pencils, and you can put those back where they go. Another thing is to turn those markers so the lids are facing up. That way you know the lids are on, and you're not going to come back to all dried out markers and try to do your art project with all dried out markers, because that is no fun. So you're going to just make sure those markers are sitting with the caps up. You make sure your crayons are on one side, markers are on the other side, and any random supplies, make sure to put back where they belong. The next job is the table wiper. So if your name is in green, you're just going to make sure your table is totally clean at the end. Usually everyone's in charge of doing their own little spot, but sometimes these tables need an extra wiper too. So that'll be your job. You'll see your names are in color. And if your name is in blue, you're the noise patrol. Noise patrol is just making sure we're not getting out of control with our noise level. All right, if you are sitting in art and you're just looking around, you're really not sure what you should be doing, you're kind of zoning out, looking at the walls, well, look over at the learning goals. That'll tell you what you're going to do for the day. And so for our first project, you'll see it says, use the elements of line and color to express feelings. So anytime you're confused about what you're doing, obviously you can ask me. You can ask your table, or you can go and look at the learning goals so you know what is expected for your project. All right, this is our word of the day. And the word of the day basically will guide you and tell you if your behavior in art is you're doing well or you're not doing so well. I pick a word that has to do with something we're doing in art, and if you're following directions, if you're working hard, if you're keeping the drama to a minimum, you keep your letters. However, if not, if we are not having a great day and our behavior is not to their expectations, you will lose a letter. You could even lose 2 letters. You could even lose more letters, sadly. A lot of times this happens towards the end of class. A lot of classes start off really great and then they start to forget their expectations. So as we are in art, keep that in mind, because if you can keep all your letters, that's wonderful. If you can at least end with 1 letter, you will be earning chances to get prizes. There's many prizes that you can do. We might do the prize bin, or we might work as a class to get a class reward. Maybe you want to do something fun as a class. You want to have art class outside, or you want to make something cool like stress balls, or you want to have a movie and popcorn day. There's lots of options. So if we can keep our letters and continue to do a great job, that is how you earn these awesome prizes in art class. As a National Green Ribbon School, we want to make sure that we keep recycling and working on our green initiatives. So recycling is something we can do in art really easily with these handy dandy recycle bins that I made. What you're going to do is, if you have extra paper, you're going to pop it in there. And then at the end of class, we will be emptying it in our recycling can. In art, our recycling can is the black one. In your classes, a lot of times you have ones that are blue, like the one next to the black one there. So let's continue to make sure that we're doing a great job recycling. Now, sometimes you might finish a project a little early. And so there's lots of things you can do if you finish early, other than bug your neighbor or bug your teacher. So I have lots of things in the very back of the room that you can choose, and you can bring them back to your spot. So there's extra art supplies, there's extra creative puzzles, there's texture things like shells and kinetic sand and Play-Doh, stickers, beading, all sorts of fun things that you can do when you finish a little early. I also have drawing materials. All the books over here are how to draw books, or they're cool pictures that you can look at to draw. And then I have drawing tutorial packets, and you can take a packet to your table. Don't draw on the packet. Get yourself some paper, and those will help you learn to draw some really cool figures. And over here for our engineers or future architects, I have building supplies like Legos and blocks and more. If you have really enjoyed weaving, you can always use the big weaving loom if you finish early also. You can see that we finished our first weaving, and it is on this lovely chair. And we would love to finish a second weaving so we can use it in the room.